wanted to share something for my Lent video around the subject of beauty in the darkness. Please don't think I'm trying to present the image of beauty in the darkness. I just thought the candles would be nice, plus it's quite late and everybody else is asleep upstairs, and I'm just trying to do this nice and quietly without disturbing anybody. So beauty in the darkness, the idea for this came from, I was out with the dog a week or so ago. We were out for a walk, one of our normal regular walks, and we walked past this wall that is absolutely covered in ivy, and it must have been growing on this wall for years. It's layer upon layer upon layer of ivy, and it's really thick and it's dense, and light doesn't penetrate through these layers of these dark green leaves. And I walked past it quite a few times, and I've just kind of dismissed it. And on this particular occasion, I was walking past it, and I spotted something in amongst the leaves of the ivy that really caught my attention. It was this beautiful, bright purple flower, and it made me kind of look at it and think, it's amazing that something that beautiful could grow in the darkness, surrounded by all those leaves and without as much light as it probably needed to grow, and yet it still managed to. I know nothing about flowers. I know nothing about how they should grow, whether they grow in the right places, but maybe that flower is supposed to be there, and that's actually its natural habitat. But for me, it was such a contrast, and it set my mind thinking about actually what beautiful things can we pick out of dark times. And we've all been through some pretty dark times over the last year, and actually there's plenty of dark times in each of our history, and that actually made my mind go to probably the darkest time in human history, at the Easter time when Jesus was put to death. And whilst we know that that's actually a beautiful time spiritually for everybody, it's still a dark time in our human history. And I was thinking about Easter stories, and I was thinking about some of the other parts of the Easter story surrounding that, and trying to pick out some different concepts of beauty in the dark times. And so I would like to share a couple of them with you if I can. So the first one is just to walk you through the kind of what's going on. Jesus has had his Passover with his disciples. They've enjoyed the meal together. They've gone out to the garden to pray. They've fallen asleep. Jesus is pouring out his heart to his Father. He's recognizing the enormity and the immensity of what's going to happen in the coming hours, and he's getting prepared for it. And then he's arrested, and I'm just going to try and make the candle go a bit better. There we go. He's arrested, and he gets taken away, and Peter follows, and Peter finds himself in this courtyard, and it's in the darkness, but he's huddled around this fire, and he's trying to warm himself, and he's trying to just keep an eye on what's going on. And he's questioned by the people around him. They're asking him, aren't you the guy that was with Jesus? Don't you know him? Aren't you one of his disciples? And Peter's denying it, and he denies Jesus 3 times, and then his eye catches Peter. Sorry, Jesus' eye catches Peter, and Peter's eye catches Jesus, it says. And Peter realizes that he's failed and he's denied Jesus, and he goes off into the darkness, and he weeps bitterly. And I was thinking about where's the beauty in that. And for me, it's kind of flash forward a short time, and it's the time when Peter he's gone back to fishing again. He's tried catching fish all night, and they've caught nothing. And then Jesus is on the shore, and Jesus is telling Peter and the other guys, put your net on the other side and trust me. And sure enough, they bring in this massive haul of fish, and the penny drops for Peter, and he puts his cloak on, and he dives into the water, and he swims to shore, and he kneels down before Jesus. And the beautiful moment of restoration comes, and Jesus restores Peter, and then he commissions Peter for what's going to happen ahead. And it's that moment of bringing him back, restoring him, and then setting him off on that path for the future that's going to lead the early church and get him back into his service again. And that's a beautiful moment. It made me think, it doesn't matter what we do. of course it matters what we do, but if we failed, it doesn't matter, because we can be restored, and we can be restored back to serving our Lord, and bringing joy and happiness to ourselves and to his family. And yeah, there's a lot of beauty to be seen in that.